Hi guys, welcome. Another live class with me. So yeah, it doesn't get any easier being in front of the camera, to be honest. Like, I'm loving it, but it doesn't make the start any easier. It's so nerve wracking. Hopefully again I'll be able to see the feed and just know that when people have come in and tuned in and stuff. And I'm just having a quick check of it to see if it's up yet or not. It doesn't seem to be. I think it's a little minute or two behind. So hopefully I'll be able to see when that is up, and then I'll be able to see if people are in. So anyway, I hope your Tuesday is going good. Give everyone a little minute or two to settle in. I did say to have blocks tonight. If you do, I put it up on one of the posts. If you don't have any blocks, mine are chewed apart literally by the dog. If you don't have any blocks, just grab books, maybe one, maybe two. Just once they're kind of the same thickness. You can use them for like holding yourself up as well, but I wouldn't want you to put too much weight on it. So it would have to be that if you are turning them on their side or turning them upright, that you've got a hold of your own core, that you're not putting all of your weight into it. But maybe just the same thickness, and that way you can have your hands with them flat on the floor. Just brings the floor up to meet you a little bit in some of the positions, and it can be a little bit handy. Other than that, have your blanket as always. And let's see, is this up? Ooh, I see it. I see myself. How weird. Oh yeah, it's telling me people are in, so woo! So yeah. Hi, Laura, Sharon, Keelan. There might be more. I don't know when it's going to come up. Brenda, hi. Great. So at least I know people are on it and I'm not on my own. We're going to run through normal class like we have been doing. Tonight is a little bit about strength. I feel like some people it's getting longer and longer into this time, and people are starting to feel a little bit like, what am I going to do now with myself? So I just want you to find our inner strength today. We all have it. It doesn't mean that you have to be super fit and super strong, but inside we have a strength within us that can bring us all through this. And this hour is going to be about just cocooning ourselves into our own little space on the mat and finding our inner strength that can get us through the days, but also can bring on other people as well. You know, once you feel stronger in yourself, once you feel that you're capable and able to take on whatever is thrown at you, then you end up helping other people as well. So we're going to find a little bit of strength today. We might throw in a little moon sun salutation, or a moon salutation, not sun salutation, because it is a full moon tonight as well. So I think it's a super moon, pink super moon tonight. So we'll be asking for some energy from the moon as well. I won't do that live, but if you want to, you can. Guys, let's get yourselves nice and comfortable. As always, if you have a blanket, please feel free to have it by your side. As I did mention, your books or your blocks. Just lie yourself down. Oh, Liz, you just got home in time. Great. Hi, Evelyn. And Grania. So guys, lie yourselves down. Get yourself nice and comfortable. Spine long. As always, your legs can be stretched out or your knees can be bent. Whatever way is comfortable for you. Just so that you can release into the mat a little bit. Some people like to open their hips here. If you do, bend your knees and bring the soles of your feet together and allow your hips to open out. If it becomes too much, just bring the knees back to touch again. So find your place in your space of comfort on the mat just to begin with. And before we begin any movements, just to remind yourselves that I, as Michelle McGrath and as Simply Yoga Ireland, do not and will not take any responsibility, liability for any injuries that may occur during any online practices. So I cannot see what you are doing. I just ask that you do so with kindness to your body. Any movements that you take, even the breath practices, just be kind. Notice that it's good for you, and yeah, take it from there yourself. So with your spine nice and long, with your body set up in a comfortable position, take a moment to softly bring your eyes to a close. As you bring your eyes to a close, just let your body settle. Sometimes even when we feel comfortable, we're tense. We're holding ourselves. So let's take one nice, long, deep inhale. Fill your lungs right up to the top. Pause. Open your mouth and exhale, release it all the way out. And now let your body surrender a little bit more. As your body begins to really rest, to truly settle into the mat, allow your awareness, your mind, to just flow through your physical body. Take a moment to notice how you arrive on your mat today. We notice with no judgment. Just simply be aware to whatever shows up today. In the physical body, but also in the mental and emotional bodies. How do you arrive on your mat today? How do you feel? In all of these areas, physical, mental, and emotional. You can gather them all together, and sometimes we can even find out about ourselves. You might think everything is good or everything is bad, but when you really start to tune in, you might just notice that it's more physical, it's more emotional, it's more spiritual. Anything, you may just notice, you may be able to see where you can work on, where you need to put more attention to. So whatever shows up for you today, be aware of, notice. Gather them all together, physical, mental, and emotional. And fully welcome yourself to your mat today. As you welcome yourself to your mat and to your practice, then begin to welcome your breath into your body. Notice your inhales and notice your exhales. Be aware to them without changing them first. Just simply notice. Notice that breath as it flows in and as it flows out. As this breath flows kindly in and out of your body, just notice that it does so without any harshness. And even when we deepen the breath now, when we lengthen the breath a little bit, we're going to try to keep it without a harsh sense. We're not pulling and pushing off the breath, we're not dragging it. We just want to make it a little bit longer. And we can feel a little bit stronger with our breath. So allow both inhale and exhale to be through the nose if you can. And start to lengthen the breath slightly. Longer inhales and longer exhales. Inhales and exhales. And find a rhythm that suits you, that's comfortable for you, and that you can tap into. The breath can be your whole yoga practice. If you find it, you tap into it, and you are aware to that breath, then you are practicing your yoga and never need to move your physical body. So if that's what you wish to do today, please feel free. Once you find this breath, connect to the breath. Allow everything else from the day that's gone to be in the past. Everything that's yet to come to be in the future. And let's take this present, this gift we've been given of our breath, to keep us in the present moment. Let's bring our hands to touch at our heart center, Anjali Mudra, our prayer position. Take a moment here to set an intention for your practice for today. Whatever your intention may be, and if you don't know what an intention even is, or what it might be, or what you should say here, you can think of even a kind, positive word or mantra, that if you think of it, if you say it in your mind, it makes you feel good. It can be as simple as that. Together, let's set the intention to practice with kindness. Kindness on and off the mat. Kindness in our thoughts, our words, our actions, and our deeds. Kindness towards ourselves and everyone else around us. Excellent. From here, slowly lower your hands down by your side. If your legs are stretched out, take a bend to your knees. Give a little bit of movement just from side to side, just to release the low back. Very gently, very slowly. Make any adjustments then that you need to. Plant your feet about hips distance. You can just give a little lift of the hips if you want, and then back down. Settle yourself, and then let's connect now our movement to our breath. On our inhales, as always, we begin just to lift those arms up and over. They can touch the back of the floor, they don't have to. On exhales, all the way back and down. Flow with that breath now. Really connect inwards. When you begin to move your body with the breath, invite the muscles that you're not using to relax. So the muscles of the forehead, the eyes, the mouth, allow them to relax, to be soft. Let's take one more of those as you inhale. Reach and stretch only to your comfort, and on exhale, hands come out all the way down. 3 times with each leg. Stretch the left leg first. Point your toes on inhale, reach to your comfort wherever that is. Flex the foot, we're going to find strength. Push through the heel, separate your toes, and really strong on exhale, lower. So on inhales, point the toes, lift only to your comfort. On exhale, push through the heels, stretch your toes apart so it's really strong foot. Last time, inhale, point and reach. And exhale, push through the heel so you're straightening out that leg on your exhale. As you inhale, bend that left knee, plant the foot. On inhale, right leg is going to point and reach. Remember, if you need a bend in the knee, that's fine. And then on the exhale is where you find your straightening. Push through the heel, separate the toes. As you inhale, point and reach. And as you exhale, push through the heel, separate the toes if you can, make it strong. And last time, when you inhale, point and reach to the sky. And when you exhale, push through the heel really strong, firm your quad, the front muscle of your thigh, all the way down. Inhale, bend your right knee. Plant both feet and then slowly bring the knees to the chest. Remember, if they don't come in, they can be away or the feet to the mat, whichever feels best. Give yourself a little rock, a little bit of movement from side to side. Excellent. As you do so here, we're going to separate, so keep the knees lifted if you can, or they can stay on the mat. We're going to open the knees out nice and wide, hands to your knees, the inside, your shins, or even to your ankles. Just give yourself a little rocket out, a little side to side movement. Again, notice the body, notice how you feel. Be aware to your breath. Excellent. Bring the knees all the way back in. Tight squeeze now with the knees into the chest. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, lift your forehead up towards your knees, round your spine. As you inhale, knees stay where they are, but lower the body. And as you exhale again, round up, curl. As you inhale, all the way down. And as you exhale, all the way up. This time, as you inhale, come all the way down. Allow your upper body to be nice and relaxed. We're going to bring our knees over our hips. And what we're going to do is simple bicycle movements. So what we're going to call it today is walking on the moon. Because it's a full moon, so just thinking of walking on the moon. We're going to draw the belly in, get the spine nice and engaged into the mat so that we're strong here in the core. We're not just loose, we're not just falling all around the place. We've got a strong core, draw everything into the midline, and then you're pushed through those heels. You can keep the feet kind of flexed to make this more strong. So you're pushing the heels away. Begin to get stronger. Again, come to that breath. Hands can be down by your side. If you feel this is tough, hold on to the outside of the mat. That might help. If it's too tough, lower your legs down a little bit. Sometimes that might be tougher. You need to plant your foot onto the ground and just lift up and up and up. Otherwise, let's stay for another few breaths here. Belly in, relax the muscles of the face, the mouth, the jawline. Maybe give me a smile, because normally when we come to this portion, people start to have hate for me. So take love instead. Excellent. Let's push through both heels, straighten out the legs, and then bend the knees into the chest. Take a little moment, a little movement, maybe a rock from side to side. Pause in the center, open the knees out so that the inside of the feet still touch, or maybe they separate completely. Hands to the knees, the inside or the calves, or even the ankles. And again, just rock it out a little bit. Belly in towards the spine. We're coming to that one more time. And this time, if you want, if you need to just rest, you don't have to do this twice. You don't even have to do it once, to be honest. Really make sure you're respecting your body. So take an inhale, draw the knees in, upper body on the mat. And as you exhale, lift your forehead up. As you inhale, lower the upper body down. And as you exhale, curl up. As you inhale, lower the body down. Last time, exhale, curl and round. And as you inhale, all the way down. Draw the belly into the spine. Draw the knees over the hips. And then we'll start again with that motion. So we're going to be strong. When you exhale, just as you lowered the legs earlier, push through the heels and start to straighten out the legs. So the belly is drawn in. We're using the hip flexors to get this motion happening. So we've got the core, we've got the hip flexors, and then we're also using the legs by pushing through those heels. So we've got a lot of activation happening. And this is where we're finding our strength now. So we want to find an inner strength. Our inner tapas is our heat that we build, that inner fire. So this is us beginning to gather that. And then think about it walking on the moon. What if you rocked over onto your left hip a little bit, belly engaged without falling, because that's normally what happens, at least 3 of us. So see if you can do that. Remember, this is only an option. Maybe you can come back to the center. Maybe you can rock it over to the opposite side. So you're just kind of rolling over onto your side and kind of walking on the moon. It's a big pink supermoon, so that's why we're doing it for so long. Obviously, it's bigger. We have to get around it. And come back to the center, knees into the chest. Take a moment, take an inhale. As you exhale, lower your feet down onto the mat. As you inhale, just let your spine be soft. Hands by your side. Exhale, release. Plant your feet about hips distance. As you inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky, just to take a nice stretch here in bridge pose. And as you exhale, all the way down. One more time like that. Push into the feet, hands down. As you inhale, lift the bum, just take a little stretch in the hip flexors, the belly. And as you exhale, all the way down. Excellent. We're going to roll all the way onto our side. Help yourself all the way up onto your hands and your knees. Oh, loads of people joined. Hi guys. So when you come onto your hands and knees, as always, if you wish, grab a blanket. If you're on a carpet, you probably don't need one. You don't need it to be too thick. Just a little bit of extra support for the knees. I always enjoy it. And then guys, just a little bit of self-study here, a little bit of self-inquiry. What does your body want? What stretch does it need? Forward and back, side to side, how does it feel? You might bring hips side to side, you might think you need to come forward, you might even think of a child's pose. Just take another moment here. Tune into that breath and notice how it feels. Excellent. Maybe a little bit of movement, a little bit of side to side. Perfect. Pause. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's take a few rounds of cat-cow. I'm not sure if I've said it in this too much. When you are in hands and knees, or plank or down dog, spread the fingers a little bit so that they're not touching. So that you're really pushing into the tips of the hands, the fingers themselves, and the pads of the hands, so that the weight is not going into the wrists. We're going to take 3 cat-cows. On inhale, tailbone and chest lifts. And on exhale, belly in round the spine. On inhale, tailbone and chest lift. And on exhale, round the spine, belly in, chin to chest. Inhale, lengthen, find space. And exhale, find that round. Now stay here. I want you to feel strong. Push the earth away with your hands. The arms are straight. Your chin draws in towards your chest. We have a deep round here of the upper back. We pull the belly in towards the spine. Actively, as if you're pushing the earth away with the hands. See if you can even pull that spine a little bit more towards the sky. One more breath. On inhale, come back to a nice neutral spine. Give the hips a little wiggle, a little jiggle from side to side. Perfect. From here, tuck your toes under, find your first downward facing dog. So with toes tucked under, lifting the bum up towards the sky. We're going to bend one knee, straighten the opposite, push into the heel. And remember, at any time, if down dog doesn't suit today, knees down, knees over the hip, or hips over the knees, and then walk your hands out and find same stretch here in the upper body. So whichever suits you, stay there, take another breath. A little bit of movement. Draw the heels towards the earth, and I say towards, there's no need for them to ever touch. Excellent. Slightly start to come forward to a plank pose. So we're going to roll our bodies forward. So the heels kind of come over the balls of the feet, shoulders come over the wrists, belly in. As you exhale, lift your bum up and back, down dog. We've two more of those. You can always pause if it's too much, guys. Next, exhale, down dog. As you inhale, roll it forward, shoulders over the wrists. And last time, downward facing dog. Excellent. We're going to come forward to plank. Inhale. Come to the floor on your exhale. Knees come down. Soften your elbows backwards as you roll towards the earth. Roll your shoulders up and back as you inhale. And as you exhale, soften to the earth. As you inhale one more time, come all the way up. And as you exhale, completely surrender. This time, use the floor. Push down, use your strength. Bring it to hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Find downward facing dog. Excellent. We're going to come to our hands and knees now. So bringing the knees towards the floor. You can sit back onto your toes or onto your heels here. You can tuck your toes if you want and get a little foot stretch. It's not amazing, but it is, the benefits of it is amazing for your feet. So you can tuck your toes under and sit here. You can obviously untuck or just come up onto the knees just to roll out through those wrists a little bit. So take a moment, come back to the breath, come back to the sensation of this super full moon outside. I get a little bit taken away by the moon because it is so big, it is so powerful, and it's amazing that it just lights up the entire night sky on a clear night here. So I just think that we can take our power from that tonight and a little bit of strength from it as well. Give your hands a little bit of a shake out and come all the way back and down. So we're going to bring our hips a little bit from side to side and do a little bit of a weird sequence. It's not weird, but if you've never done before, just take your time. So we're going to take an inhale, stretch your left leg back, push into your left heel and lengthen the spine here. Get nice and long, get nice and tall. From this position, you're going to slowly step your lower right foot out to the side. So it's just pausing it out to the side and then turn and plant your left foot down. So your left foot, your right knee and your right hand are all kind of in a straight line. And then you can stay here on your left fingertips, push down into that left foot, arch yourself down, or inhale and lift that left arm to the sky. So right hand, right knee, left foot planted, and then open up. Really open your chest. Maybe look up towards the top hand. And then as you exhale, stretch it across your ear. Get as long and as tall in your side body as you can. Push the earth away with your hand. Belly draws in, open and stretch. All the way up with that top hand, and just one time, if you can, inhale, lift that left foot. As you exhale, plant it down. Plant your left hand. Slowly bring your right leg, and then bring your left knee down. Give yourself a little shimmy. Excellent. Maybe a circle or two. Opposite side, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Step your right leg back. So remember that these are options. You can just stay here. Push the right heel back, lengthen through the spine. Feel free to stay here, or slowly draw that lower left foot just out off the mat slightly. Then guide the full sole of your right foot down. So you're opening your right hip. You can tent your right fingertips. You can stay here, or push the earth away with that left hand and inhale the right arm to the sky. Again, right foot, left knee, and left hand is planted kind of in a line, and then we open up towards the side. Right hand to the sky, and then reach that right hand over the ear. Stretch from the outside of your right foot all the way up. Deep and long stretch. Inhale. And exhale. With inhale, if you can, reach back to the sky. Option, if you wish, push the earth away with your hand and knee and lift your right leg. Inhale. As you exhale, softly plant the right foot. Bring your right hand down. Bring your left leg in. And bring your right knee back. Shake it out. I hope you could follow that. It's a lot harder online than it is in person. That's a lie. We always get confused with it. Probably because I get my right and my left mixed up so much, let's be honest. From here, tuck your toes under, find your downward facing dog. Take an inhale. And an exhale through the mouth, release. Take one more breath in. So option here is to come through a vinyasa with me, to stay in down dog for a breath or two, or you can bring your knees to the mat and take a rest, whichever you wish. If you want to come through a vinyasa, inhale forward to plank. As you exhale, lower to the mat, knees down, bend your elbows back and soften all the way. Chest opens, inhale, and surrender, exhale. Use the earth now and use your strength to push away. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. On your inhale, look towards the hands. And as you exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat, bending your knees whenever you need. When you inhale, flat back, so the chest comes long. Bend your knees, exhale, fold. Push the earth away, inhale, reach and rise. Hands to your heart, exhale. Close your eyes. Take a moment to pause, to feel, to be. Just feel grounded, to be safe, to be secure in your body, in your home, unless you're doing it outside. Just feel the earth beneath your feet, lengthen through the top of the head, and find a moment to find your inner strength. Taking a little bit of strength and a little bit of balance into our lives at the moment. So push into the earth, feel your feet strongly connect downwards, and then lengthen, expand and open all of your upper body. Take a moment here, blink your eyes open and give yourself a nice little shake out. Once you shake out the hips, the legs, the arms, the hands, again, I can't believe I'm doing it on camera, but if I don't do it, you guys will give out to me. So a really good shake out, a nice shake out, and then you can kick your blanket off to the side for now if you wish. We're going to come towards the top of the mat. Before we come to our half sun salutations, do a little bit of a balance. It's just a very soft and easy balance. You can always have the wall if you wish. Feet about hips distance apart. As you inhale, we're simply going to lift our hands and lift our heels up. And as you exhale, all the way down. Hands and heels. 2 more times like that. I want you to really just connect here. Connect with your breath, connect with your strength, and connect with your balance. Just one more time. On inhale, reach and lift. And on exhale, hands and feet down. On your inhale, reach it up towards the sky. On exhale, bend your knees, fold forward. On inhale, flat back. And on exhale, fold. Inhale, push the earth away, rise to the sky. Hands to your heart, exhale. Inhale, reach. Fold, exhale. Flat back, inhale, think chest forward. Exhale, fold. Push the earth away as you rise, inhale. Hands to heart. Exhale, one more. Inhale, reach and stretch. Bend and fold. Spine long, inhale. Rebend, refold, exhale. Push the earth away, inhale, reach and rise. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Give yourself a little shake out. We're going to do a little moon salutation. I keep calling it sun salutation. A moon salutation, guys. So it's going to be different. Probably never done one before. Maybe you have done it with me in my classes, because we do. So we're going to take a few breaths. Normally it's inhale and exhale just like that, but we might take a few breaths for transitions. So let's just do it together. Feet together for this at the beginning. We're going to take an inhale. You can turn wide, on your mat so that you're facing the long side of the mat. Take an inhale, reach it up. Grab your right wrist and on exhale, over to the left. As you inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, grab the opposite wrist over to the right. As you inhale, reach it out. And as you exhale, step wide, star position. As you inhale, reach and stretch. And as you exhale, bend your knees, bum back, goddess pose. Pause here, toes out, knees out. Take another breath. As you inhale, stay. And as you exhale, you're going to find star pose again. As you inhale, turn your left toes in slightly, your right toes out. Hands at shoulder height. Tilt forward, so push energy into your right hand. Lower your right hand wherever it goes. And reach your chest and your left hand to the sky. Triangle pose. You can take a little bend into that front knee if you need. Take another breath. Inhale. Reach long through the side body. Exhale, just be here. As you inhale, start to turn towards the front of the mat. Step the left foot just forward and out a little bit so that our hips turn forward. Reach and open the chest. Slight bend to the front knee. Tilt the pelvis forward. Exhale. As you inhale, spine long. It might be a deep stretch here. If it is, rebend the knee even more. Another deep breath. Next, inhale. Lengthen the spine. Put a bend to your front knee. And you're going to step your left leg back. So you're in a nice long lunge, deep bend into the front knee. Lengthen the spine. If you need your books here, feel free. Come up tall or taller. Excellent. From this position, bring your back knee to the earth. Untuck your toes. And if you can, stay there or inhale, reach crescent moon. Take another deep breath. Maybe another. Reach to the sky, inhale. Both hands to the inside of your right foot. Tuck your right toes and lift your left toes and lift your left knee. And start to turn sideways on the mat so your feet turn. And then bend your right knee. Bum goes back, straighten your left leg. So for some people they're going to be high. For other people you can come up onto the ball of the back foot and pause here. Maybe even take a balance. Take another breath or two. As I say, we're going through this slowly because it's quite intense. It can be quite enough. Slowly release your hands to the floor. Crawl to the center. Just as you did earlier, now bend both knees. Bum back. Goddess pose. You can have your hands at your heart or out to your side. Take another breath. It's quite intense. Bum back, knees bend, open chest. Now we're going to scoot all the way over to the left side. So energy goes over to the left, straighten the right leg. Again, you might be high, you might be low. Maybe your toes lift of the right foot. Maybe your heel lifts of the left. Wherever it is, be there, take a moment, maybe take a little balance. Hands down. We're going to turn and lift. So push into that right foot, lift and turn to the back of your mat. So the hands to the inside of the left leg, right knee down, untuck the right toes. Stay there, or bring your weight onto that left thigh, or inhale the arms up. You decide which version you take. They're all the same pose. You can just support yourself with hands on thigh if you wish. Nice long deep breath. And again. From here, both hands are going to come down to the earth. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. And here, stay lengthen through the spine, belly in, nice and long. And then you're going to take a little step. Right foot steps and plants and start to straighten that front knee. Hands to your hips. You can keep a micro bend if you need. Open your chest, lift up, inhale. And as you exhale, again, just fold it forward. So your right hip comes forward, your left hip comes back to kind of square yourself up. You don't need to pull and push. Just notice how it feels. One more breath. Again, deep bend if you need to, if it's too intense on the back of your front of your left thigh. And then from here, open the chest, come all the way up, lift it up, put a bend into that left knee just so you can step your right foot in line, turn your right toes in slightly, and then begin to straighten that left leg a little bit, micro bend if you wish. Inhale, arms all the way out. Push all your energy into that left fingertips, get nice and long, and then allow that left hand down and right hand up. Think, open your chest, lift to the sky, triangle pose. Your weight is still in that back leg and the front leg. Belly in, twist. If you want to look to the floor instead, do so. Excellent. Push the earth away. So you slowly start to come up. Inhale, turn, heels in, toes out, open. As you exhale, bend the knees, bum back. Goddess pose. Or God pose for any of you lads that don't want to be called goddesses. Give yourself a little wiggle, a little jiggle here. Again, inhale, and when you're ready, open, stretch. Exhale, hands down by your side. Walk or hop the feet together. Take an inhale, reach. Grab your left hand and guide it over to the right. When you inhale, come all the way back, reach and stretch. Grab your right wrist all the way over to the left. I said the left when I meant to say the right earlier. You'll get used to me. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, hands down by your side. Take a deep shoulder roll one way and the opposite. Take yourself a nice little shake out. So that is a moon salutation because we go from kind of the crescent moon to the full moon to all the way back. So it's like the phases of the moon. You think of it in that way, and it's just a nice sequence. It's tough, it can be strong, it can be strengthening. So we're going to gather from that, coming to the top of the mat, feet at hips distance apart, get nice and tall. We're going to take a deep inhale, reach and stretch. Bend your knees, exhale, fold it all the way through. As you inhale, stretch the spine up. And as you exhale, we're going to step our left leg back. Step your left leg back, push into the left heel, lengthen the spine. Here you might grab your books if you wish. You might just elevate yourself. Some people will elevate themselves even more. Again, don't put all of your weight in here if they're not sturdy. Same as earlier, what you're going to do is just pop your left foot fully down and out so that the toes point outward, push into the heel a little bit. And we're going to keep a deep bend in the right leg, and we're going to walk our hands off the mat to the left. Push the bum back and take a little stretch. Looks like the upper body is in down dog and the lower body is in warrior two. Take a breath here. It's going to be intense in that right quad, but if you feel it in the knee, come out. Come back towards center. Keep your legs here and place your right hand on your right thigh. From the earth, push down nice and strong. Inhale the left arm to the sky. Some people now will come down onto their forearm of the right hand. Left arm up. And remember that one earlier where we were on the knees? Stretch that left arm all the way over. So deep stretch from the outside of the left foot all the way up along the side body and into those left fingertips. Now we found that strength within us. So I want to make sure you're not collapsing all of your weight on that front thigh. So a little check. Can you lift that right arm up? We don't have to stay for long, but can you? Can you feel that in your leg? Bring it back down. Reach it all the way up. Keep the legs as they are. Warrior two stance. And then straighten, stretch. Excellent. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhale, straighten and stretch. And as you exhale, find your warrior two again. Now, challenge. I was asked to put this balance back in because some people just want to practice it. So, if you know the balance of half moon pose where you lift your left leg up, please feel free to come with me. If you're like, I tried that and I hated it, what I want you to do is in your warrior two, lift your right heel and balance there. So, first balance is to lift the right heel. Second balance is to shimmy the back leg in. Bring your weight forward, grab your book, your blanket, or your block if you have it, and start to shift your weight into the right leg. If you shift your weight into the right leg, maybe the left leg will lift today. Left hand can be on your hip. If you want, look towards the camera, open your chest even more. Maybe lift your left hand towards the sky. Guys, all I want you to do is breathe. I don't mind what you're doing, what position you're in, once you're breathing and feel connected to your body. Bend the front knee, come all the way back. If you were in your warrior two, lower your heel down. Inhale and reach. Exhale, warrior two. Windmill the hands down, both hands come to the outside of the feet. Lift your back heel up. Move anything out of the way. Look forward, glide, step, or hop that left leg to meet the right. Inhale, spine long. Bend and fold, exhale. Push the earth away, inhale, rise. Hands to your heart, exhale, close your eyes. Take a pause, take a moment. That was tough, at least it was for me. If it wasn't for you, I'm super proud. If it was for you, I'm super proud. So take a moment, take a breath, reconnect. If it's too much, you don't need to do the next side. You can come to the mat, you can go into a down dog, you can do whatever you want. If it's not enough, add something. I don't mind what it is. Once you're safe and you feel your body, blink your eyes open. Let's take an inhale and stretch. Bend your knees, exhale, fold forward. As you inhale, reach the spine long. And as you exhale, step the right leg back. So fingertips are down here, lengthen the spine. Again, for some people, you might need to walk that left leg out to give yourself space for your belly to the inside. Doesn't matter how far, doesn't matter what you need to do here. Maybe grab your blocks to heighten it up. Maybe grab them even higher, but again, they're going to be wobbly if they're not super strong. From here, step your right foot down and in. So the center of your right foot will be in line with your left heel. So shimmy yourself to comfort. Deep bend in the left knee, over the left ankle. And then just walk your hands out towards the right. So you push your bum back and you let your spine just fold. It's like here a down dog in the upper body and a warrior two legs. Take one more breath. Keep the legs as they are. Push the earth away. So as if you want to separate the legs as much as you can and split your mat in the middle. You're pulling them away. for strength. Then place your left hand on your left thigh and start to slowly draw your upper body all the way up. You can keep your left hand down or bring your left forearm to your left thigh. Inhale your right arm to the sky. Strong push down with that right foot. And if you're comfortable, stretch it over the head. So we have a really long line now on our right side. Sorry, my back is to the camera, but well, you don't need to be looking at my face all the time. So take a nice long stretch. Now you can stay here for another breath, or notice, are you putting all your weight into that front leg? If you are, just have a check. Now you might have to come up here to do that. You might be down here, belly in, and release that hand again. From here, push the earth away, warrior two, legs stay the same. And then inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach the arms. Exhale again, rebend that knee over the ankle. And even check that you can see your big toe, so you know your knee isn't knocking inwards or falling inwards. Nice and strong. Remember your balance, you decide. Stay here, breathe. Lift your left heel, breathe. Or shimmy that back foot in a bit. Start to guide your way forward so weight comes over that front leg. And as it comes over, the back heel might lift. So you've got to really trust yourself to come quite far. Maybe the back leg starts to lift. Maybe just the heel lifts today, stay there. Or maybe it starts to straighten the front leg and the back leg lifts even more. Push through the heel, those strong legs from earlier. You might have a block, you might have a book, you might have something to bring your chest higher. Maybe the right arm lifts towards the sky. You open your body over to that right side. So as I said, if the book is not sturdy, you might fall. Take another breath. You can even try without a book, without anything, without your hand on the earth. You might fall like me, but that's okay. From here, can you come back through these movements? Slowly bend the front leg, plant the front foot. If your heel is lifted, if you're sitting here, draw the heel down, warrior two. Inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale, warrior two. Windmill, both hands down so the hands come to the mat. Take anything out of the way. Back heel lifts. This time we step it backwards. You can bring your back knee down if you want. Swing your back leg or your left leg back. Tuck your toes or untuck your toes and sink your bum to your heels. A little high child's pose here, so come up onto your fingertips. Look straight ahead and fold from there. One more time, wave up through the spine nice and long, look straight ahead and fold. Allow yourself to surrender. Now remember, if your bum doesn't go back, guys, you might keep your bum over your knees, just like the down dog. Stretch your hands forward instead. Just want you to surrender a little bit. Plant your hands, walk them out. And slowly roll your body to the floor. So roll all the way up, belly in. Bend your elbows to the back of the room, soften through your thighs, your pelvis, your belly. From here, just give yourself a little bit of movement into the bum so that you can wiggle it backwards. Kind of walk your feet nearly backwards. Hands are going to come out by your side. Going to place or turn the palms towards the sky, belly in, and this time from our center, from that fire, from the core, we're going to try and lift everything bar our belly. So on your inhale, push your pelvis and your belly down and see if you can lift your chest, your head, your arms, your legs. Exhale, surrender. Two more times. On inhale, push down with the pelvis, lift everything else, and surrender. Just one more time. On inhale, belly draws in, push the pelvis down to lift, and release. Hands towards your chest or your ribs, elbows in. As you inhale, slowly push the earth away. Come all the way up, hands and knees. Swing the feet to one side and slowly and gently bring your legs forward. Come towards kind of center of the mat as always. Straighten both legs out. I like to take a little bit of the muscle away from the bone to get nice and tall here. As you do so, just bring the soles of the feet together, bound angle or Baddha Konasana pose, and just let the legs swing out a little bit. Push the earth away, spine nice and long. Nice, comfortable seat. Allow your breath to return back to a normal, suitable and comfortable flow. And we'll just allow your awareness to stay in the body, especially when we start to cool down. Sometimes we let our mind wander off to different things, but really try to focus your mind on how you feel, what's happening within the body. Slow pause of the movement of the legs. Place both hands to the outside of the knees, slowly draw them in together. We're going to make our way towards the mat, and this time if you want to roll it back, do so. Slow roll all the way down. Whenever you get there, bring your knees in towards the chest. Keep them there and take your time to get there, guys. As always, you can go any way that you want. Plant your hands onto your knees and just take nice, long and deep circles. You kind of feel like a mini massage there on the sacrum, and if you want to make that even more so, take your hands away and let a little bit of core work to do that, but it just releases the sacrum, the low back, gives a nice little massage. Draw the knees slowly back in towards the chest. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, lift your forehead up towards your knees, round the spine. As you inhale, lower all the way back and down. Plant both feet on the earth. Slowly draw your left knee in, and then just cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Staying here for tread the needle pose. So draw your energy with that leg away from you so you get a stretch. If this is enough, stay here, or if you want to lift that right leg, so you're drawing the right leg towards you as you try to draw the left leg away, so there's a little bit of resistance. And some people will hold behind that right leg here and keep drawing the leg closer. Take another breath or two. Flex that left foot. You can flex the right foot as well. By flexing, I mean pull the toes towards the knee of that leg. Push through the heel so it's nice and strong. And it just keeps the knees nice and safe when they're super bent like this. Breathe. Feel the body. Feel the breath. Excellent. From here, slowly plant that right foot down. Unravel the legs, right knee in, cross the right ankle over your left thigh. Again, belly in, find here, draw the right leg away, and if you want, start to lift the left leg closer. Flex both feet for safety, and maybe wrap your hands around your left thigh. If you want, you can even super bend that left knee, and some people like to wrap around the left shin. So my energy is on my right leg going away from the body. Now it's not going to move, it's just that intention because I want the stretch along my right glute, so my right bum or the outside of my right thigh. I find a surrendering into the body, even though it can be quite a strong stretch, we still allow our bodies to kind of just surrender here. Excellent. On your next exhale, slowly lower that left foot down. Take a moment to unravel both legs. Stretch both legs all the way out. Take an inhale where you reach your arms up and over. Stretch and reach. As you exhale, open your mouth, surrender. As you inhale one more time, stretch and reach. Point through your toes. And as you exhale, hands come all the way down by your side. Please take a moment to find your way into Shavasana position. Either knees bent or legs out nice and straight. Hands can be out by your side, palms face the ceiling. Grab your blankets, grab your comfort, and place your blankets on you. Take a time and a moment just to get yourself as comfortable as possible. So with the spine long, the knees either bent, especially to protect your low back, or the legs out nice and straight. Get your blanket and anything else that you're going to find comfort from. Allow your eyes to come to a soft close. Lengthen through your spine. We're going to take one nice, long, deep inhale together. Fill the lungs right up to the top and hold. Open your mouth, sigh it all the way out. Let your whole body surrender. Allow your breath to return to a comfortable, natural flow. Allow your body to start to relax and to release. This is Shavasana, our final resting pose, and in Shavasana, it's about letting go of anything that no longer serves us. So take time to release anything right now that does not serve you. Any fears, any thoughts that are negative, anything that stresses you out, release it. It's not helping you, but this is taking space, releasing and letting go. Allow your body to soften. Your toes, your feet and your ankles relax. Your lower legs, knees and upper legs soft. Your pelvis, hips and bum release. All up along your back, from your low, mid and upper back, melt into the earth. Your shoulders, your arms, your wrists, hands and fingers soft. Your neck, the back of your head presses into the earth slightly. As the top of your head and your facial muscles all release. Make space between your eyebrows. Make space between your temples. Soften through your jawline, your neck, your chest, ribs and belly. Completely relax. Allow your whole body to rest and to relax. And release anything that no longer serves you. With this pink supermoon tonight, it is a time to release towards. We let go of stuff on full moons and we offer it up to the moon to take them, to transmute them then to positive new energy sent back down to the earth. So this can be your chance to release, to let go, if you so wish to do so. Slowly bring awareness back to your breath. Bring movement back to fingers and toes and wrists and ankles. Take a moment to stretch out your body in any way that serves you right now. Slowly draw your knees to your chest. Take a moment here to hug yourself inwards. This is isn't a position of apanasana, but it is a position of gratitude. Take a moment to hug yourself tighter and find gratitude for yourself. Thank yourself for showing up on the mat today. Thank yourself for showing up in your life each and every day. Find gratitude for each part of yourself. Be grateful for your height, your weight, your thoughts, your hair, your skin. Just find gratitude for every single part of you that makes you the person you are in this very moment. You deserve it. In your own time, slowly roll over to your side and help yourself to a seated position of your choice. Just allow your spine to be long, your eyes to be closed. And just take one more moment to notice your body, to notice your breath. Just as you began the practice of checking in, we'll end the practice with checking back in. Because now is a time where we want to know what's happening in our bodies, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Right now, how do you feel without judgment? There's no good, there's no bad. Just notice the physical body, your mental and emotional bodies. And then notice your breath as again it gently flows in and out, effortlessly. Let's take a deep inhale, reach your arms to the sky. As you exhale, hands to your heart center. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and healthy. No, may all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may my thoughts, deeds, and actions in some way contribute to the happiness and freedom of others. Just a gentle reminder to take your yoga off the mat. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me. Again, we found, thanks Anne. Yeah, again, just every time I come to the mat, I'm so grateful that people actually join in, like seriously, thank you. Got a few, right and lefts mixed up tonight, but I'm sure I've done that so many times in regular classes, so yeah, remember that I'm just human like everybody else. Thanks, Dervla, for joining me. Thanks for a lovely class. Namaste. Namaste to you too. And I love that you and Caroline are like, hi Caroline. Anne and Caroline come to the Tuesday classes, and just in case anybody needs to know, they're like the bold girls at the back of the class. It's just like anything could happen. Oh, thanks Cherish for joining me. And Adele, best live show in town. I like it. I feel like I should hashtag that or something. Brenda, thank you so much for joining me. So yeah, I think the whole Tuesday at 7:30 thing is going to be continuous. Thanks Liz and Anna for joining. Namaste. Yeah, 7:30 on Tuesdays. I think we're going to stick with that once my work schedule stays like this. Oh, Cobb, you made it. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it and it was okay for you. And Adele, Mags ended up asleep at the end of class. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, thanks Miriam and Keelan. Thanks so much for joining. Again, Keelan, 2 weeks in a row. I'm so happy. In case anyone hasn't done so already, there is a short 5-minute, it's called Take 5 meditation series. I'm putting up it day by day on kind of Instagram and Facebook, but the whole thing is up on YouTube. It's literally 5 minutes, take 5 minutes out every day for 5 days. So it's just about getting yourselves into a little practice of meditation if you want to. And I just think a little bit of brain training might be good for people at this time. So hopefully you get to enjoy it. Oh, Grania, I'm glad you could see my humour in all of this because it's petrifying being behind the camera. Kind of just have to be myself, it's true. Thanks, Mushel. You're welcome, Sharon. My tread to sanity. It's the first time I think people think of me and sanity with the same word, lads. It's Great. Oh, Caroline, thanks so much for joining. I hope you've seen that Anne was here as well. Evelyn, thank you. Guys, I'm so grateful people join me. Anyway, you know me, I'm going to talk for the night, so I'm going to have to get off this. Also, just a side note, throughout all of this, Laura made brownies before this. So I have just smelled chocolate and brownies this whole time. So, like, can we just say, I'm really well at this. Like, I'm very proud of myself that I didn't just stop halfway and start eating it. Like, just to say, like, that could have happened. Oh, Tara, you joined in again. Thanks so much. I'm going to go eat some brownies. So, guys, thanks so much for joining. Have an absolutely great evening. Hopefully, you'll just be going to sleep. And if you get a chance to get outside and see this full moon tonight, because it is meant to be the pink super moon, doesn't mean it's going to actually be pink, but it's meant to be super big tonight, and might have a nice energy shift and give us all a nice bit of energy for the next few days. Thank you. Namaste. Nope, I can't turn it off from there. I gotta get up.